How do you tell when it's live?
You are live.
There it went.
Yeah.
How do you tell?
It might take an hour for somebody to get in here.
Well, I texted my family, so Dad said, okay.
Yeah, we got to get the family in at
Go
least.
to the comments.
I don't know. Do we have comments?
Nope.
Is it in here yet? No. I don't think so. Nope.
Okay.
We'll give it a few minutes for some people to get in here.
Yeah.
It says 3's watching, so.
Where do you see that? Oh, you must be only able to see that.
Top left-hand corner. You guys don't see it?
Nope.
No, we don't get that.
Oh.
No, you have
There's
no
one
comments. Thanks, Robert.
Hey, yeah, Robert and Rebel's probably 2 of the 4.
I'm not leaving.
At least we got somebody in here.
I had to call him earlier. I'm like, do I go live on StreamYard or do I go live on YouTube?
Diana, I'm here. Well, tell us on there.
That's our shit.
So which is it? Are we live on YouTube or are we live on StreamYard or does it do both?
We went live through StreamYard, which generates through YouTube.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Total noobs at this. We have no idea.
Nope.
So
No, it's all good.
we're live here, but
Yeah,
Yeah. Turn this.
then you're gonna get the ugly hallway.
Oh.
Yeah.
There you
Thank
go.
you,
Right there.
Pickers.
Right there.
Ah,
You're
there's
good. You
Tim.
can only see a sliver of it.
is it Tim or do we got Jerry in here?
That's Tim
There we
and
go.
Jerry probably. And there's Ivan. Ivan's always supporting.
Watching
I'm
and
watching,
driving.
but
That
I'm
sounds
driving. Well, be careful
Yeah.
driving.
Hey, Rebel.
Hey, Rebel.
Watch the road and listen until you get
Hey,
home.
hey, Ivan, you should be listening and driving, not watching and driving.
We got radio face going on here anyway, so listening's probably better.
All right, so right here, see, I can pop them up.
Oh, that's how you do that.
Uh-oh. Robert's gonna get in trouble.
Ooh.
I clicked on the wrong one. Sorry, Robert.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah, looks like
Alexis
it is
just-
Jerry and Tim both on there. So
Yeah.
Well, I can't do that, Alexis, until you
Yeah.
say something on the live.
Her-
Until you say
Make
you're
sure
in
it's
here.
appropriate.
Hold on, she's got to get her daughter got her a pillowcase cover for Mother's Day. Get it before too many people come in here. And
Yeah,
let her
but
read it.
she's got to tell me she's in the room first.
I know, but get it ready.
It's right there in the chair.
we're not
Yeah,
putting you to
it's-
sleep already, are we? What do you need the pillowcase for?
It's not very appropriate.
it's yeah.
Oh, hurry up.
Yeah.
But she's
Are you going to try and offend the least amount of people?
Yeah, that's why I'm like, hurry up and get it before too many people get in here. She's still gonna put the stuffing in it though.
Yeah, I have to put the stuffing in it.
This is from her daughter.
This is one of my Mother's Day presents from my daughter. But if she wants me to put it up there,
She will. She'll think it's funny.
He did. We told him to watch it.
Tim,
But he
we were just
won't.
talking about that.
there's that again.
Yeah, we said the inappropriate stuff off the air.
Yeah. We were just talking about that, Tim. I told him I was afraid to see what was on it.
I'd have watched it. Just
Another
out of
golf
curiosity.
tournament.
A stranger's one thing, but if it was Tim, I would be freaking out.
There's
Hello,
Diana.
I couldn't comment on the TV.
No, yeah, I know. You
That's
can't
Christina's
comment
sister.
on the TV. It's a pain. So we usually
Good.
watch on the TV and then just put our phones in our laps.
I do the
And
same
then
thing.
when we comment,
Yeah.
we just go to the phone
Yep. I
and
do
pause
the
the
same thing.
TV.
So I should-
So then you're getting two or three views per thing,
Yeah,
however. it
you
goes.
got to get the watch hours up. Watch it on all the devices in the house.
And
You
hit-
do.
And hit repeat. Oh, look, there's your
Oh,
cousin
hey,
there.
Mary. That's my cousin. Hey, there's my daughter.
Yeah, there she is.
All right, so are you ready?
So, Alexis, she's about
We're
to show
ready.
your pillowcase.
Yeah. Had to use an abbreviation. Ha ha.
Yeah, this is funny.
Oh, yeah. VS is here.
Yeah.
All right. So then I will tell you what the VS means, but this is what she gave me for Mother's Day. And I hope it doesn't offend anybody. So,
I agree.
Tim, that would be awesome if we lived closer.
Hold on.
So this word and spawn is the VS.
Oh, gotcha.
What's up, Donald?
That's my daughter. I love you, sweet pea.
Okay, I think we got.
And she will be coming up here to visit from July 13th through the 16th. I can't wait to see you.
No more Christmas presents.
All right, so we're about 5 minutes into. I think we got 11 people in here. We're already crushing the viewer participation. So
This might be a record for us.
We're at 11.
yeah. So I am Scott. This is Christina, Trading Post Pickers, and we got Corey and Teresa with this Grams and Pops. They're not actually in Tennessee; they're in South Dakota. So
Yep.
we love their videos, and they're great. So you guys go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Go at it.
So I'm Corey. Pops, we're new grandparents, and we started reselling on eBay less than a year ago, last September sometime. So we're just kind of getting into it, and we decided to run a YouTube channel with the reselling at the same time because we're not smart, but it's fun. So that's kind of where we're at right now, is just kind of busting through it and making mistakes and trying to figure out how to actually do this profitably.
Yeah, that.
We get
So, okay.
I'm Grams. I'm
Since
Grams.
Corey answered that one, I'll ask you, Teresa. How do you guys make it through winters as far as reselling goes? I mean, because you have about 6 months of winter.
We cuddle.
No, we don't cuddle. No, I was going to say a lot of it is estate sales, and Goodwill is our friend during that time. Goodwill, St. Vincent de Paul, that type of thing.
Thrift.
Thrifting, the thrift stores, or Facebook Marketplace.
Facebook Marketplace, we actually did buy a storage unit last year.
Storage units too.
And that did good. I mean, in the wintertime, I don't mind it because we have the time to process that kind of
Right.
inventory. But I would never buy one this time of year. Like, just thinking about it is overwhelming. But during the winter, towards the end of winter, that storage unit that was a big help.
Mm-hmm.
I got to ask, where do you find all those bulk cards? Was
We
that
found
a
that-
sale?
At a garage sale.
Yeah, we really did
What?
find all.
Wow.
We went to a garage sale and they had a box. They had 2 boxes of those cards out.
They had one with the yellow pack and one with the white pack.
Yep, and they wanted like $10 a box for them, which is insane. We're selling them for $150 and $210 a box. So we got to asking them a little bit about it, and they said, "Well, we have a whole bunch of these, like shelves at a storage unit." And what was it? Just 2 months later, we actually hit them back up because we paid for
Well,
the 2 boxes we bought on
Venmo. And so I went and looked up her name and messaged her on Facebook and said, "Hey, you said your husband, has more cards. Are you willing to sell them?" And she's like, "Yeah." So they gave us his phone number and he called him and we walked
So
away.
we actually got to take the first 2 cases and vet them out and see if they sold well.
Yep.
And once we were convinced they were going to sell at that price, like we sold 2 boxes, we were in the profit, and we had 2 cases. So we went and bought a whole pickup. Like, my poor pickup was dragging on the axle by the time we
It was
got home.
full. The back
was
end was
full.
full and the back seat was full. And they
Yeah.
accidentally stuck more in there. We
Yeah.
only had enough money for so many. And they just kept pulling them out there and sticking them in. And we got to counting them.
We never did buy them all. They had more when we left. And we saw him at a garage sale this summer, and he has my number now. He said he might have a line on some more. So he's got my phone number in case they find more.
Was he a card
Wow.
shop or something at one point, or?
They were his. No,
His
they
buddy
were
was.
his buddy is.
Yeah.
But those were actually supposed to be his daughter's college fund. But he never sold them.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
So his buddy, his best friend or something owned a card shop. And those were like card shop overstock return type things.
oh yeah.
So yeah, it was an insane deal. And it's one I think every reseller is going to run into something like that eventually, that once in a lifetime. And then when they're all gone, you're like, man, I wish I had more of that.
Yeah.
Right.
But,
yeah.
that was ours. We just happened to hit it within the first month.
okay, hold on, Robert. Just do it. Do it. Don't ask for permission. Ask for forgiveness later.
Yeah, good luck with that, Robert.
I really wanted the storage unit, but somebody kept outbidding me. And so I finally just stomped my feet and said, "But I really want it." And so he just let me keep bidding.
Literally, she did in our living room.
Oh,
It turned out to be pretty good. So
We tripled our money on that. We're still selling stuff from that unit.
Storage units is a lot of work though, isn't it?
It's a ton of work and a lot of, well, if you like roasted marshmallows, we had a lot of fires out of that storage unit. We have a big driveway and we burned off all the big stuff like mattresses and stuff we couldn't get rid of, and like
yeah,
we
the
burned
stuff
everything.
I wouldn't sell a mattress out of a storage unit, not knowing who had
Yeah.
it.
no.
You burn all that stuff, but yet you keep the tape.
Yeah. Well, we didn't know what was on the tape. We didn't know what was on the mattress either, but we weren't taking chances.
But you still have the tape. That's the thing.
Well, it'll be in the
It
burn
just got
pile
set
soon
there.
enough.
It got set there, and it'll go away sooner or later.
Well,
he
we know
just
what
has
to do.
remember.
We know what to do with the tape now. We got to
We're
send
gonna
it.
mail it to.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's one of those you got to add to it and then mail it. Add to it and mail it.
I feel like that has to be passed on. It's a reseller legacy to get that tape now.
Right.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
We need to hit up whoever. We need to hit up whoever it was in one of the groups that was talking about their Playboy magazines too, because they asked for some special requests on that one.
I think that was that in a Facebook group?
Yes, it was in a Facebook group.
Yeah.
One of my first purchases
Don't-
was probably 1,000
We'll
Playboys.
get it.
So
I've heard other people say they do good on them, but I just tend to avoid them.
yeah,
Most magazines and stuff, even though there are some that do really good, I've picked up enough boxes of magazines to know that I'm not interested at any price. Like, they are so heavy.
yeah, I agree. You got a question for him?
No, but I just thought about the day that you got the Playboys, and my sister Dina was following behind us because we were just going to state sale jumping with her, and she called us and she's like, "Nice back window."
It's shoved up against the back window of the
All the
truck.
Playboys.
Oh no!
Hey, what do you do?
Oops.
That'd be my luck.
Yeah.
So that was funny.
So, what's your favorite thing to sell?
That was going to be my question, so now
Oh,
he's asking my
Ask him.
question.
Go ahead and ask him.
So
Go
what's your
ahead.
favorite thing to sell?
Brats, Barbies,
Yeah. I think
and
that's,
jeans.
that's hers.
I like jeans.
I think the
And I
easy
think I
answer
know the
for
brand of jeans.
2 of them.
yeah, Sparkle Butt.
I've stepped into doing some of the silver jeans now. So
Oh, okay.
mostly Miss Me and Rock Revival.
Yeah, Sparkle
Okay.
Butt
The
jeans. Those
bedazzled
always
butt.
do good.
Yep, the bedazzled butt.
Yeah.
I think the easy answer for me would be the cards, but they're actually not my favorite thing. I could care less about football cards. Like, I am not a sports guy. I never played a lot of sports. I never got into watching sports. So, like, I learned just enough about them to peddle them and get them the heck out of here. That's it.
Right.
I really don't care for the cards, but I like the D&D, like the fantasy type stuff, the D&D popcorn bucket and stuff like that. Like, that's the stuff that I almost don't want to sell. I just like having it here a little bit.
Or like the thing I told you about earlier, that the Halo game, he wants to keep it and put it all up there.
It's so
but-
hard to let that go because that's my childhood. you
Yeah,
know?
your Dungeon and Dragon popcorn bucket was cool.
I got another one.
Oh, you got another
We
one?
did. We got another one
We
at a
found
garage
one.
sale right around the corner from our house.
Yep,
Wow.
for $10 just the other day. This one I did. They're selling for about $100 right now, and I listed mine at $150 with no offers, just so I can kind of hold on to it. And it will eventually sell at that price, but I'm hoping I can keep it for 6-8 months just to have it on the shelf because it is cool and I do like having it here.
That's awesome.
So
What's your?
I get to be a collector without actually holding on to it forever.
Go ahead.
So, well, on the note of the cards, what do you think of Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
Don't
Do you like them?
We've seen a whole lot of. My son used to play it as a kid,
Mhm.
but we know nothing about it. Right along with Pokemon,
Yep.
any of that. We see them all the time for sale, but we just walk right past
We
them.
constantly are running into bags and boxes and tins full of them.
We
like,
don't know
all
anything
the
about
time.
them.
Yeah, they're
And then-
they're hard.
People are, well, we ran into there was a bag of them. Was it a box?
It was a box.
It
at
was a
garage
big
sale.
container
That
of
was
some kind.
like $8.
But you looked inside, and I know from the football cards, the condition is like everything on
Yep.
the cards. Like, card
Yeah.
people are, if you think camera people are insane, card people are freaking nuts. Like, condition is, if you even put a piece of tape on a top loader, they freak out at you sometimes. So,
That's the way I was when I was raised. Because I still had tons and tons of them when we got together, and I wouldn't even let her touch them.
we put them
Oh,
in our
God.
bike spokes and rode around so you hear the clack, clack, clack. We didn't give a crap. We were poor. But yeah, the Pokemon cards we found were all tattered and torn up on the edges and wrinkled, and
My family.
You know,
Yeah.
and they were cheap, but I don't even know if that's something a guy should look at.
Yeah, I've tried both, and they say you can use that TCG Player app, but when you scan it, if you scan it 3 times in a row, it gives you 3 different results. So
Oh, really?
it's kind of helpful to kind of tell you what it is, but it's not that helpful as far as pricing it.
We boxed up a whole, like one of the big priority boxes, the number 7s.
Yeah.
We filled that just as full as we could get it, and it was still bulging on the edges with baseball cards, and we sent it off to carry American Arbitrage.
It was baseball, hockey,
Football,
football,
basketball.
It was everything. We bought it at our local
Yep.
antique store.
We started
and-
going through it, and I was like, I'm not going to do this
Nope.
for, even
Yeah.
if it was $6 or $7 a card, like going through them, I was like, I hate my life right now.
We knew he was
Like, I
coming
don't
to
like
the Trash
this.
of Cash last year, and it's only 2 hours for us. And
Yeah.
I took over about 60,000 ball cards for him. And he was riding with Dave that day, and Dave wasn't too happy that we just kept piling it in his minivan. So,
Yeah, it's not something we're interested in for sure. It's just, that's way too tedious for me, and neither of us like sports,
Nope.
so it just doesn't make sense. If you're not
Yeah.
interested at all, I know it's money, but it still should be a little bit fun.
it is very tedious. I mean, it's really bad. What does she got?
I don't have anything. Does anybody out there want to tell us what their best find was of this weekend?
She stole my question.
Of this weekend.
I know. Look, best find weekend.
Oh, huh?
Yeah.
I
What
should
did we
mention-
do this weekend?
What was your best find and what was their best find?
We work on the weekends, but we stopped
Yeah, we
at
work
the
on the
garage sale
weekends,
around
so
the
we
corner.
garage sale.
Oh, so it'd probably be our D&D bucket we found this weekend around
that
the
would
corner.
be yours. I'm trying to think of what we even picked up. It's so hard to remember what we picked up, but
Oh, yeah.
I would say probably my silverware that I got. It's William Rogers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And-
Oh, now you're kissing her butt.
Yep.
No, it is though. Like I said, it's brand new. I mean, it still all has the plastic still on the silverware.
Wow.
It's
It
not
has
even
some
tarnished or
type
anything,
of
yeah.
disc things in there that I don't know what they are, but I just haven't had a chance to sit down and look at them to see anything about them.
That's the problem. We actually buy, one of my favorite types of buys is when we're at a garage sale and they have stuff marked by the box. Like this box is $1. And then if you find one thing in the box that's worth $10, you're like, good, take it. Good. take it.
Yes,
And then you
yes.
get home. That's why I like the storage unit so much. They're so much fun to go through it. It's the treasure hunt after the treasure hunt.
Yeah.
But we have so much stuff like that we haven't even gone through. Like just going through a tote on our shelves, we're like, oh, I didn't know we had that.
Yep. He bought a whole thing of calculators, like a whole box of calculators, old vintage calculators.
Yep. And
One
those are pretty
calculator
cool.
paid for our entire box.
Nice.
Wow.
I was going to ask if you're the type that dig and pull a couple of things down, if you're the how much is all of it deal.
He's a how much is all of it deal.
I dig
me.
until I think I can make a deal that will one item in there will, if I see at least my money back and then there's extra, I want it all.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I try to at least be certain of getting my money back. And usually we're shooting for a lot more than that, obviously. But as long as I see one item that looks good, if I can get the bulk deal, that's what we're after.
I found a 1996 Puffalump still in the box.
Puffalump. Oh, I remember those.
It's a white one,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was a white one.
It's a little plush. It's fat and it's got little arms and legs.
Yep.
Yeah, this was a little
Yeah.
white rabbit.
And I got it for $1. No, was that one was $2.
$2, yeah.
$2, and it's going for about $100 on eBay right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ivan
Or-
said he found a rabbit plush that was cute and 2 bimbo. What's a bimbo?
You're not
Score.
supposed to pick up bimbos.
I know. A rabbit and 2
Is
bimbos.
it a bumbo? Is it like the little seat things? When I think of it like the little seat things that babies sit in.
Yeah, I don't
Confirm
know.
if I'm right or
Oh
wrong.
no, Bimbo Bakery.
Oh,
There's-
bimbo. Okay, I
Oh.
saw the comment that threw me off.
There's a comma, so it threw us off. But
Bimbo
I don't know what
Bakery.
Bimbo Bakery is either.
There was one on
Oh.
520 in Florida,
Oh, okay.
across from the car dealership. I don't know what Bimbo Bakery was. I always wondered, but I didn't want to go in there because of Bimbo Bakery.
I think that must be a southern thing. We don't have those up here.
Nope.
So what's your best find of the weekend, Corey?
Well,
You said your Dungeons and
yeah, I
Dragons.
think the Dungeons and Dragons one from this weekend. I think our best one recently is probably that Halo box set that we were
That'd
talking
be cool
about
to see.
earlier.
Yeah.
Would you like to see it?
Yeah, you can grab it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
It's not very big. It's I don't even know how to explain it. It's full of the little spaceship models from Halo and the Covenant side, and it's like a board game, so it's got books and all that stuff in it. But when you open it up, it's the model pieces you got to break apart and put together, and then you paint them.
Oh, cool.
It's
Yeah, that's
this.
cool.
And then it has so many of each one of this is one team or one side, and then it has these. And then you put them together. It has little
Like show 'em the
stands.
back ones. That's got all the stuff on it.
It has little stands that hold all of them
wow.
up. So that's what each one of these are, is little stands that hold the little pieces up, and all the books and crap that came with it.
I think you listed that today for what?
$650.
Yeah.
I'm gonna set
Nice.
it back in there before
And
I
we
forget.
paid 10 for it at a garage sale.
I don't
Awesome.
know if it counts as the best find for me, but man,
No, I'd be your best find.
well that was years ago.
Wasn't this week?
Yeah, no, it wasn't this
No,
weekend.
but still, he just said I wouldn't,
But we went out with Mars Bargain Basement and Rocky Top Saturday. We didn't find nothing almost all
Oh, it was
day.
a horrible day until the end.
And then the last place we went to was like a warehouse. This guy was closing down. I ended up getting over 100 games and 400 and some comics for cheap. So
Wow.
overall, it's gonna be a lot of money, but they're all $4 to $10 each. So
We've looked at the comics a few times, and
He
we've
bought some and
managed
made a
to stay
mistake.
out of it, except for a small handful, like a stack this big of them, and they're all worth less than $1. So
yeah,
we've been pretty good about not committing to a buy of comics, and we've had a few opportunities. It's just not it's not in our wheelhouse yet. Not even close
it
yet.
basically broke down to about 12 cents a piece for these because I paid
Yeah.
$50 for over 400 of them. So
See, if I tried that, they'd come out to be worth about 6 cents a piece.
yeah, so
I like
Robert
Robert.
said they found a Webkin Gold logo Timber Wolf.
That's
Wow.
cool.
I'll have to look for those. I do watch for the Webkins. I do have some, but they haven't sold, and so I just might have
Are
to
they
watch for a
listed?
better one. Yes.
I can never find the gold logo ones.
I didn't know there was a thing, so now I'm going to have to pay attention when I go out.
Yeah.
Robert, was that with the code or without the code?
Grinning grandma.
Yeah,
She found an ice cream cone.
she's
They're
hilarious.
getting rid of some of that. They're getting rid of like the cherry dipped cones.
Now that's where I want to be. She's got it right here.
If you guys haven't
Love
subscribed to
her.
her, you guys gotta subscribe to her. She's so funny.
Oh, we are. We watch.
Yeah,
She's like my second mama. Hi, mama.
yeah, she's awesome.
You guys got a lot more pickers in your area than we do. I know that.
We got a ton.
Oh,
yeah.
man. They're all over the place.
We got Mars Bargain Basement, Rocky Top, Robert and Rebel, Tim and Jerry. There's a girl that lives down the road that works in our area. Her name's Raven. I'm not sure her last name.
Askew.
Askew. Yeah, there's tons.
They just had a
I
dip.
think we got Drifter Sifter in Sioux Falls, which
And
is
there's a
about 40
lady in
minutes.
T. I don't know if she's a picker, but she does sell some stuff a little bit on eBay.
Yeah, we are running into some more resellers. Not YouTube resellers,
Yeah, no.
but just resellers. We run into quite a few. Generally not the friendliest bunch. Like
Really?
at all. No, we have
They make me giggle.
they want to box you out. Like these are competitive pickers.
Huh.
They're not happy. And when they see us recording, they let us know they ain't happy either.
Yeah, it's funny because Mars Bargain Basement up in Kingsport, every time he can't yard sell up there and record because he always gets yelled at for having his camera. Oh, that's a good
Ooh,
we
one.
nice
don't-
sound.
The people at the garage sales that see us recording, and believe it or not, when I was recording myself, we only got asked about it very few times. Like 1 out of 20 garage sales would say something about it. But when we both wear a camera, like 1 out of 3, we get called out on it constantly.
Wow.
Wow.
I think they're just more comfortable approaching her about it than me.
Maybe
I
you're
do better
intimidating.
recording too, so it's all good.
What's that?
Maybe you're intimidating.
Nice.
No, just
He even told me that once we started recording, my angle of my camera is way better than his.
she does get better shots than I do. Like,
Well, because she's closer to it.
yep, I think so.
I'm not sure.
She could be a better picker, but we can edit that part out.
Yeah, exactly. She does better than I do.
She does
I'm
do
a
good
better
recording. It's nice to have both cameras to go back and forth to later on, so that
Yeah.
you can see if I'm looking at something, but all you see is the wall. She might walk up and see, so I can actually pull footage from both cameras.
Yeah.
But it also makes it twice as long to edit.
I don't care to admit that she is a better picker here, but I don't know about overall. But in this town, yeah, she is.
Yeah. I think picking wise, I'm not sure if she's. Yeah, she's probably a better picker. I'm not gonna fight it. She's certainly a better lister than I am. Like she's
Yeah.
willing to list the stuff that I won't list. If it wasn't for her, our store wouldn't be listed where it's at. Like it wouldn't
Right.
be anywhere close because I would list big stuff that's easy that I don't have to clean up a lot. None of that tedious small stuff would be on there. If I had to wipe it off with a rag, it'd probably be in the garbage. I just wouldn't do it.
She yells at me all the time for that.
Yep.
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 Wow.
Yeah, we wouldn't have sold the two brats that we sold. One at like 200 and something, and one at 100 and I don't remember what the other one was. So they paid for every Barbie I've ever bought. Those two.
Tim, that's not a bad thing. We actually did a video of us at a garage sale with both of us having cameras on, and it worked out pretty good because when they start getting distracted and Jerry keeps them over in one corner, you can go pick the place.
Yeah, that's true.
Divide and conquer. So sometimes having two cameras has actually worked out to our advantage quite a bit.
Yeah, you had that on your video about a week ago.
Yep.
Yeah, I want
See,
to.
I watch, I pay attention.
I want to get her one, but yeah.
It can be an advantage. Not
Yeah, but
the
see,
only
if I-
the only disadvantage is editing.
Yeah, that'd be him.
As good as she is about cleaning, I am good about selling broken stuff. I'm not afraid to list it if it's broken. I just mark it way down. So
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
We do some of it, not a lot of it though.
I'm the opposite. I tend to purge. Like I don't mind throwing something away. I mean, if it can be fixed reasonably and then noted, I guess I don't mind it too bad. We did a whole video on that, I think, on selling broken stuff.
yeah. Well, I mean,
I'm quicker to throw it away than she is.
well, it depends on how much you can get out of it too.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, if there's other listings for parts only or broken like that, I'm all about listing it. But if it's like a piece of pottery that that has a broken handle that's glued back on, I'm more likely just to toss it.
Right. Ivan, that's my
Wait,
fault.
First, I want to thank Ivan for clarifying what Bimbo Bakeries is.
Yep,
And then-
I did see that.
Yes. And then, okay.
Ivan, that's my fault.
Yes, it is his fault.
Every-
I keep telling him.
Every time I do a video, she's like, "Did you add some pictures in? Did you add some pictures in?"
I even wrote a list of the pictures, the number of the picture in my camera
She
that
did.
I want him to use. And there was 2 columns. I think there were 16 pictures. And I keep asking him, "Did you put the pictures in yet? Did you put the pictures in yet? Did you put the pictures in yet?" And then we're driving the other day, and he's like, "So have you thought of a name for your YouTube channel for your pictures?" I'm like, "No." "Did you put any of the pictures in yet?" "No." I'm like, "Well, then I'm not going to even think about it yet."
Can you tell
Get
she
there.
nags a little?
You will
Well-
get no confirmation from me on that one, sir.
Yeah. When you do the first thing I ask you to do, then
I think I'm
I've
a
been
mute.
married.
I think I'm a muters real quick. No.
I've been married long enough to know when.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Granny
So-
Grandma still hasn't used the camera that she got from Donald, Mars Bargain Basement.
There you go.
Yeah. He went with us and picked her warehouse the second time we went.
Yeah.
And part of the deal was he gave her a GoPro or something like that for some of the stuff he got. So
I'm jealous. I would have been right there with you picking that warehouse if I was down there.
she's got 4 more.
Yeah.
I know. I wish you weren't so far away because I'd be there.
She wants an ice cream
Hey,
cone too.
Marlene.
Me too.
Maybe that's where we're going for supper.
We could.
Is
yeah.
Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
Dairy Queen.
I want
Yeah, if we cut this short, y'all, it's because we went out for ice cream.
Well, when they start talking about Barbies, we'll cut loose.
No, because he doesn't go anywhere by himself.
She's buying.
Ah,
We go everywhere together. We're
Yeah,
still
that's
right.
we're
I
we're
know how
empty
that
nesters
is.
now for since February. Our youngest moved out in February.
Yep.
And so from the time we've been married, shortly after we got married, we had our first kid. So now that all of my kids are moved out, we're learning how to live with just each other.
We have to be friends to stay married, apparently. Like, that's how
Oh,
it
yeah.
works.
Yeah.
So,
Yes. Well, maybe
Yeah,
we'll have to fly down there, go on a trip, and we can go pick her storage unit or her warehouse.
yeah, they're good sized warehouses. The one you guys were picking, like, there's a lot in there.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we
Right.
basically filled the back of the truck up twice each time we went.
Yeah, I would have just brought a U-Haul and made a day of it. Like, I'd have been there for a bit.
There's still
Road
about half
trip.
of the warehouse that she said not to touch yet because they haven't had a chance to go through it.
There might have been an old charcoal grill in there. We could just pull that out front and roast some hot dogs. And
How,
just,
no, see,
do the
here's the
thing.
question. How far are you guys from Pigeon Forge?
About an hour.
Yeah.
Okay. We loved going to Pigeon Forge.
We
We
really
went on a
liked
road
it.
trip and went to Pigeon Forge
Oh wow.
and hung out went through the wax museum and a couple other things while we were down
we
there.
were on
So,
our way to North Carolina for my younger brother's Marine Corps retirement.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
That
we
was
just
one of
went
the
down there
places
this
we-
past weekend to visit one of her friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would go back there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pigeon Forge was a lot of fun. We didn't mind that.
It's
Not
too
a cheap
crowded.
place to stay, but it was a cool place to go through.
Yeah, it's crowded down there. It's just insane with the traffic anymore.
Yeah, I could believe it.
So yeah, speaking of warehouses, the video I'm editing right now, the next one after that, this lady kept telling me she had a bunch of vintage toys in her basement, and I talked her into letting me go down there. So she just opened up the door and let me go in, and so she ended up coming down. Oh my goodness, it was like Cher's warehouse. I mean, it was that full,
Really?
and they weren't vintage toys. They were like
No.
maybe early 2000s, but they're like the toddler toys. And I was
Oh,
looking
like
for
Fisher
like
Price
Masters
type
of the
stuff?
Universe. Yeah, I was looking for Masters of the Universe or G.I. Joe. Nah, none of that.
We found G.I. Joe in the box the other day, but the problem is the guy had him in his storage unit. You could tell he's a picker, but he's not really a reseller. He's got 4 storage units full of stuff he's trying
Yep.
to get rid of, but he wants eBay,
eBay
price
prices
for
for
everything.
him.
Yeah.
But the G.I. Joe was new in the box, and he had like 4 or 5 of them, but the boxes were just roached. Like stuff had been sat on them, they'd been wet, and he still wanted like eBay price for brand new in the box. We're like,
Nope.
we actually did make a couple deals that we bought from that garage sale. We just dealt with his son, who
Yeah, so
was
he
not
left-
happy to be there.
Yeah, he left to go get stuff, and the dad was not willing to bargain on much of anything, and then he left, and we ended up going back, and it was only the son there, and we're like, how much for this? And he's like, oh, $5. Okay, I'll take that. How
Yeah,
much
the
for this?
teenage
20
son,
bucks.
the teenage son was having a fire sale. He wasn't happy to be there.
Wow. Cher says she's a 1960s hibachi. And then Robert says after Labor Day and before Memorial Day is the best time to go to Pigeon Forge.
We went in.
I remember when it was.
It was hot as hell in North Carolina.
Yeah,
I don't remember when
swamp
it was.
butt season, whenever that is.
Yeah. Where in North Carolina was it?
Cherry Point,
Oh, okay.
Jacksonville. We had to go
That's-
through and drive past where we got married in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay. Nice.
yes, we had to take the kids and say, "See, this is where we got married in the courthouse."
That's the dive bar we used to
Really
get
the
kicked
bar.
out of.
So what do you got? All right, we'll flip it around. We'll see if you guys got anything.
We talked about other pickers in your area. So how are you guys with competition? How do other pickers interact with other people down there that aren't YouTube pickers?
You want to answer?
Around our group, we're all good.
Yeah, we don't see this competition really.
No, we have fun and we just like, for example, great and grandma, she got a phone call one day about these 3 brothers. They were getting ready to be kicked out of their place that they were in. And she called us and she says, put out the alert. So we put out the alert. We called everybody else and we all went up there and started picking the house. And
So do you have the issue with, like, around here we've had it. We've noticed it, not as much. But I know, especially like in Las Vegas, when we were in Las Vegas, people don't like the YouTube sellers, like the YouTube eBayers, the ones that sell on eBay and then record.
We've been called out for that locally here. Too.
Locally, we did too. There was one guy that he was
Wow.
just all up in arms because we record, and he's an eBay seller, but he's mad because
He
those of
actually-
us who record ruin his eBay stuff.
Yeah, he actually accused us of ruining the reselling business for him But I made sure he was in front of me, so I got him on camera saying it. So it will be in a video coming up.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I don't. I've never really had anybody rude to me. I mean, they've asked me not to record, and I'm like, okay, no problem.
Well, we get
But-
we get that, which is fine.
Yeah.
Can I tell him about the one? Or is
Yeah.
that in an upcoming video? I don't remember.
It's
We went
not.
to a ladies' garage sale, and Thrifter Sifter had been there before us, and you know he always goes full GoPro'd up. And they said they remember seeing him, and then we went in there and we were checking out. We had gone through the entire sale like 4 times, and then we got up there to check out, and the lady come up and she was like, "Are you recording?" Yeah. I don't know if I'm comfortable with that. Did you record in my house? Well, in your
Well, in your
garage,
house.
sure. So she ended up, as we
She
were
was
walking
just
out,
very
yeah,
uncomfortable. Like she was super uncomfortable, and no matter what we assured her that
we weren't going to use
we
the
would never
footage.
use footage if you weren't comfortable.
Yeah, that's why we are.
she was
She-
still just like to the point where I was like, man, is she in witness protection or something? Like that was crazy.
She ended up, as we were leaving, the thing I always say is, now that she said it to us, was no cameras, no recording, no GoPros.
No
She hung
GoPro.
signs
No,
up
she
all
did.
over her property.
She did. This Thrifter Sifter went back the next day, and she had signs saying no recording, no parking, no all kinds of stuff all over the front of her house.
She's the
Wow.
crazy
Oh,
sign
wow.
lady now. She has signs
Yeah.
up all over her yard.
Huh.
Yes.
Yeah. See, so I don't see it as competition. I look at it as a learning opportunity.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I love picking with other pickers. We picked
Yeah.
with other pickers in
Las
in
Vegas.
Las
That was
Vegas,
fun.
and it was a blast. Like we would do it any day.
It's harder
But
to find
some of
stuff,
them-
but you learn so much more.
Yeah.
The ones around here that do it for a living that aren't on YouTube, they're a lot more competitive about it. They don't like you there. They don't like you getting their stuff. You know, they're very possessive about it, and they're not real friendly a lot of times. Now, that's not across the board. We just experience it enough every time we go out that there's a definite attitude towards YouTube resellers from non-YouTube resellers that we see, which I this is what we do for a living.
Right.
I mean, we're not buying stuff and throwing a dumpster when we're done for a video. We don't make money on YouTube. Like,
Exactly.
we're
Exactly.
monetized at this.
Speaking of which, these got how many? Let me see where you guys are at here. See if we can at least get you. We got 12 people in here. See if we can at least get you 6 more subscribers. Because probably the other 6 is already subscribed to you.
I was gonna say I recognize half of these. I hope they're subscribed already.
Yeah, let me see where you guys are at here real quick.
And anybody in here, yes, you got to like and subscribe. And I want to recommend
somebody commented.
one of their videos.
You're at 965. You gained one.
Nice.
Yes.
Or lost one. Were we at 966?
No, we were at 964.
Oh, we did gain one.
Yeah.
The best video.
We'll say
of yours-
something to make them unsubscribe sooner or later.
Yeah.
What is that one? You know you're or
Oh yeah. You know you're married to a reseller.
Oh, that was an
Oh,
early one. Yeah.
yeah.
I think that's one of the first ones we watched of you guys.
It was one of the first ones we did. It wasn't. Yeah, it was pretty. That was one of the first ones we did together.
Yeah, but
Yep.
it's absolutely hilarious, and I so relate. So I don't know how many times I've watched it. I could still watch it over and over and over again.
Yeah, I showed you the books on the floor earlier. But
Yeah,
isn't
we
it so
started-
much easier to do the videos when there's somebody to bounce things off of instead of just talking
Oh,
to a
way
camera?
easy. Well, it's a lot
Yeah,
easier.
but we get into arguments on video that don't show up into our videos, and then he cusses me out for 10 minutes because he has to take 20 minutes to edit out the part where I was right and he was wrong.
I've released an 18-minute video before that was 45 minutes of footage, and the rest of it was just us bitching at each other.
Yeah, or
Like
you
we
know,
do a lot of
anytime
editing.
the dog will get he'll go,
Yeah.
and then he's like yelling at the dog. I'm like, quit yelling at the dog! It's a dog. What's he gonna do?
Because all he does is whine. I'm like, shut him up. I'm trying to record.
That's the one plus of having
lot
our
of work.
house and the dogs are in the house and having the shop and there's
Yeah,
no
we have
dogs out
we
here.
have a good separation between. We're trying really hard not to have anything in the house, and we do really good of not taking things in anymore because it did start to pile up. So we've done really good at separating the two lately.
This is my cleaning station.
You don't
Yeah,
clean
we-
books.
We need to
Where
clean
was I gonna put him
out
in the
here.
Don't
But
even.
we have a lot more room than you guys do. Like that's,
No, Grin and Grandma, it really wouldn't because
That would be hilarious.
yeah, I wouldn't be the star of the show anymore.
no, she fights dirty. You guys don't see it. She fights dirty.
That's funny.
He pays all around.
But then, Cher, I wouldn't have anything to talk to you about afterwards. I wouldn't be able
All
to.
women fight dirty. Hey now.
Robert says all women fight dirty.
He ain't wrong.
Okay, now question for you.
Yeah.
What do you got?
We're gonna talk about big items, like big items, heavy items, hard to package items. Do you
So we're
guys
talking about
shy
Corey.
away? Yeah. do you shy away from
Yeah.
them? Do you just suck it up because they're worth money and they'll sell good and buy them anyway?
Her answer is she'll buy anything because she knows I pack them.
Yep.
I used to do that, but I mean, I'll pack them. I don't have issues packing them. He packs them, but he complains the whole time he's doing it. That
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why I bought this.
It
They
depends on
suck
what it
when
is.
you have to pack them.
Yeah. It depends on what it is. I have a
Like-
limit of 4 Walmart boxes, the small ones, 11, 7,
Yep.
13. I have a limit of only 4 of those is all I'll use.
I was gonna say, like lately, he's been picking up. I actually talked him into one of them, but the CRT TVs that they use for
Yeah.
gaming, and one of them was a what
Those
was
are
it?
horrible.
A true something,
True flat.
True flat.
13-inch.
And
the
it was
VCR
heavy.
combo.
It was
Oh, wow.
heavy, but I looked it up, and we paid $10 for it, and it sold for $115.
Yeah.
So
And it
I've
took
sold
20
2 of those
minutes to
CRT
pack.
TVs.
we've sold
We sold a few of them.
a couple of them. The one we have gotten recently that we haven't tested yet is actually like
Oh, that
a
thing's
monitor in its own case.
Oh, wow.
Like
Cool. I
it's
should grab that.
grab it. It's meant for gaming. Like that's truly what it's meant for. It has you flip it up and it has a screen across the back and it has all the spot in the front. It's pretty cool. I've never seen one like it before.
That's neat. Yeah,
Ah,
both of
yeah.
ours have went overseas for some reason.
No, we have never shipped anything like that overseas.
Oh,
You
you
ever
have to
seen
use so
one
much
of
bubble wrap
these
and stuff.
things?
Oh, that's cool.
Hold on.
It's like a briefcase, and when
Nope,
you
you got it
open
backwards.
it actually has like a flat screen monitor and all the cables and HDMI and RCA and everything built right into it.
Is it
Oh, wow.
got like padding around it, or do you just put some bubble wrap in the middle, or what?
No, it's like you could literally throw that in a box with cardboard and just ship it. It's padded well.
Wow, that's nice.
Oh, check that out.
That looks like some kind of secret agent stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. It was definitely built well and built for gaming.
It'll take a little bit to clean it up. You can't see it, but
There's dog hair.
there's dog hair everywhere. We got this from a lady's house that she was tatted up from head to toe.
She was a gamer. She had a lot of game stuff there.
She was a gamer and she was into the
A lot of witchcraft stuff.
witchcraft stuff. She had a lot of
Dark
like,
arts.
yeah. I did like one of her shirts. I don't remember what it was, but it was a cute one.
Yeah, we didn't pay much for that. I think we looked that up. It's worth over $100.
I think we gave her $30 for it.
Yeah, I think we got 25 or $30 for it is all.
Nice.
It's pretty cool.
Nice. Yeah, I've never seen anything like that.
We did our video come out with a boat council yet? Did we
I don't
do
know.
that one?
We bought this big
bought a
boat council.
It was like 3 foot tall.
Wow.
And like 2 foot wide, and it was solid fiberglass. Like it was big, heavy. And
We picked it up at the local thrift store
Yeah,
for $3.
for $3.
Sold it for $250.
Wow.
So, but that was one of those things. We actually asked in the Trash Cash Discord, which we're members in, if that's something that we should buy. There's no comps. They've never sold one on eBay. There's never been one listed on eBay, but they were on Amazon for $400.
The manufacturer's website
And
too.
for $3, we were asking, should we even take the chance on it? But I figured I could cut it open and make it into a garbage can if I had to.
Yeah, that's true.
She might be.
Yeah. You pop that case open, and she's probably got a bug on your desk now or something.
Probably.
Is that what the countdown thing is? It's going to self-destruct over here?
Yeah, I went out and bought a. It's been a while. I still got to list it. It was a really old Harley gas tank, and
Yeah.
it's pretty roached out. But just kind of briefly looking at comps and stuff, they go for $100 up, and I got
I
it
was
for
gonna
$10.
say, sometimes that's fine if they're they're beat up like that. As long as they're
Yeah.
not terribly dented, and even some of them they'll buy just decorative wise.
Yeah, yeah.
We have a Harley windshield.
Box. Oh, we do have a Harley windshield back there, and I'm not sure if we're going to list it or not. I don't know.
It
what
was
to
in
do
our
with it.
storage unit.
I have a Harley
Not-
hat.
yeah, we didn't buy it. We just ended up with it.
Oh, I buy Harley stuff. I don't wear Harley
We
stuff.
bought-
My son rides.
Drives.
We got. Well, we're right here in South Dakota where everybody comes through for Sturgis. So
Yeah.
Harley
Oh,
stuff is
yeah.
like falling out of the
Gorgeous.
trees here.
Yes.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could load a truck of Harley stuff at the Goodwill here.
Really?
Oh,
Oh,
it's everywhere.
hmm
oh man.
Ben Rocky
would
Top would
go
love that.
Crazy.
Yep. That's
Yeah.
Sturgis means well, we went to a garage sale last year that his whole garage sale was like Sturgis rejects that didn't sell.
Yep.
Like all the bandanas and
Wow.
Harley shirts and stuff they don't sell for over the years. So he had like half his 2016 inventory out at the garage sale. It was all
Yep.
for sale.
Wow, that's crazy.
I wonder if Ben's ever been to Sturgis.
I don't know.
Huh.
Yeah, Robert
we
says.
we don't do the NASCAR thing.
Yeah.
We bought a couple NASCAR things, but they haven't sold.
No, we haven't done great on NASCAR.
Yeah, we haven't either. Not really.
I'm trying to think if I don't think we've ever sold anything NASCAR that amounted to much.
I don't think so. I would remember, but
Yeah.
no.
I just sold
I
a
think it's
really
just too
nice.
common.
I just sold a really nice Bill Elliott leather jacket. $30. It's the most I could get in.
Well,
it.
we did see some really cool like NASCAR jackets that were pretty amazing on multiple occasions. But like Robert was saying, they've got them priced at $400 or $500 at the thrift shop. Like nobody's gonna touch them.
Exactly.
The same jacket's been there for 4 years. It's starting to dry rot on the hanger.
You're right.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we had the same thing in Florida, being right near Daytona, and now up here we're right near Bristol. It's NASCAR is everywhere, but it doesn't. I mean, we can get it anywhere, but it doesn't sell. So
Yeah.
we just right by it.
Yep. That's
So you
I think
guys
we're
are-
so numb to Harley stuff that we just don't typically, unless it's something pretty crazy that we haven't seen before, we typically just don't even look.
Yeah.
Because you see so much of it.
Yep.
We did buy a little box that had a whole bunch of Harley stuff in it that we've listed. A big, large, like a
Yeah.
14-inch patch, Harley Davidson patch.
To have that die
di-
cast in it.
It
that
wasn't
we just
Danbury
shipped.
Mint. What was it?
Was it Franklin Mint? It was one of
Franklin
them.
Mint. Yeah, it was a Franklin Mint Softail Harley Davidson motorcycle thing that was in a case that we just sold.
It was a pretty cool box of Harley. Like it was memorabilia, Harley memorabilia, like Zippos and stuff like that. Like it was
Yep. Oh, we did sell one of the
decent
Zippos.
stuff, and he had the whole cardboard box for $20. So
Wow.
that
That's
I'll
good.
take a
That's
shot
not
on.
bad. Yeah. Like I can't pass it up deal.
Yep.
It's hard to say no to some of those.
It's very hard to say no, even when you should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we went to that one yard sale and everything. There was a quarter. I mean, how do you say no to
Well,
90% of it?
Yep. You get a pickup and you come back and say yes.
Right.
yeah. Yeah. Well, the vacuum.
Yeah. Got a
Did you ever list it?
got a Kirby vacuum with all the attachments for a quarter.
Oh, that's a that's
What
a
generation?
score.
Because I own two.
I don't know. I
We
just,
use
I do. I own an original one that I got for our first anniversary, so 26 years ago, and I still own it, still use it all the time. Replaced like 2 pieces on it, and then for our business in town, I went because ours does so good. I went and bought a second Kirby at a garage sale, and use it up there. I would never buy. We own a what is that stupid thing?
I don't know.
The
This is
iRobot,
vacuum.
oh, okay.
and I don't use it hardly at all either.
Wow.
This is a 50th anniversary, 75th anniversary, something like that.
Oh, that's a newer one.
Does that sound? Is it? Let me
Might
see if I
not
can
be.
find it real quick.
50 years of Kirby probably was a while.
Because
ago.
my original one is a Gen 4, Gen 6 from 26 years ago.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
Let me see if I can tell you what it is real quick.
The parts on those actually sell pretty well though.
It's a G10D
Never heard of it. That's an old one then.
Avalier.
Nope. Don't know nothing about that one.
Yeah, I'll bet the parts sell. A lot of the parts stay interchangeable through the generations too. It seems like so.
Yep.
Can't go wrong with a Kirby at the right price.
They used to be really good. Like if you got all the pieces and you got the, what do you call it?
Attachments.
No, yeah, the attachments, but it's the carpet cleaner, like the actual carpet cleaner. It worked okay with regular carpet, not shag carpet.
Yeah.
Shag carpet doesn't work so well.
Marlene, we're very real.
Very
And America Pickers is very staged.
Yes.
If
They're
they,
not far from us.
if they paid half what they're paying on TV for half the stuff they pick up, they'd be broke.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, what is your worst purchase you've ever done?
Don't say marriage certificate.
We got no, hold on though. We got a deal on our marriage certificate. So when we got married 27 years ago, we did it at the Justice of the Peace. We went in and they were supposed to charge us $90 for the Justice of the Peace and $45 for each marriage license that we got. We walked out of there paying $90 because they forgot to charge us for the Justice of the Peace. They only charged us for our marriage certificate. So that was a
Nice.
bargain deal.
I think the worst buy I've made was probably that big. I bought a big box of cards for like $50 from a thrift store, and we were kind of still on our football card high from buying our big football card bulk buy, and they were doing so well, and I'm like, cards are great. Well, cards suck.
Yeah.
So we ended up finding out really quick that going through cards one at a time for those like junk wax era cards, it's just not anything we wanted to do. So we got rid of those pretty quick. But yeah, that was probably my worst buy. Like that was a complete write-off. We didn't make $1 on it.
Wow.
I can give you another worst buy of Corey's.
Really? You got to do mine?
No,
Yep.
you're supposed to give one of yours. You don't have to keep reminding Corey of his.
Well, but we have a whole Coca-Cola plastic flat thing sitting here of fishing reels that he bought last year, one of the very first garage sales we went to, and he has yet to list any
That's a
of them.
good buy. Like I
Well, it's
comped
not
a
a
lot
bad
of those.
buy,
There's a
it's
lot
just-
of money in them. There's just one of those things. Every single one has to be cleaned.
My
Yeah.
worst buy is Revere Wear.
What?
I can't sell that shit for the life of me.
We have it everywhere.
I do.
Is
It's
it copper
everywhere.
bottom?
in here. This
No,
one
that
isn't.
one's not.
On the other shelf. It's all copper.
Oh, the copper bot? Man.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah. Ew,
I'll
I
trade
have bugs in it.
you.
I'll trade you for it. That shit's expensive to ship. I have a whole set, so maybe I just need to break it down into individual
yeah.
ones. I don't know.
Yeah. Sell them in
Definitely sell
individuals.
them individually, and then
'Cause-
use the barkeeper's.
Oh, I
friend.
have that. I have that at
She
the
did
office.
clean up the
Yeah.
set that's listed is all cleaned up and nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make
Oh
sure you-
no. I think the other bad purchase that we made was those stupid pressure cookers.
What's
Like
that?
Oh, yeah,
I
I
don't
made
the
a couple-
Oh.
Muromatic. We bought a couple of those. We sold one, and I sold the what we now learned
The
later was
tumbler?
the jiggler.
Jiggler,
It's
whatever
the
it is.
jiggler, the little thing that sits on top of it that tells you what the
Oh,
pressure is.
Yeah.
I sold that for like $15.
Really?
But yeah,
Wow.
I don't.
got
We walked
excited.
past all of the pressure cookers now.
I think we got
Yeah.
excited because when we first started doing this, like we watched YouTube for 2 weeks, and I was like, "Oh, let's go garage sale," because we know, but like we're good now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, everybody on YouTube's buying crap like that, the pressure cookers and stuff like that, and you get out there and you buy it, and you're like, now
Only
it
come to
don't
find
sell.
out, there's some of them that we watched that were ones that aren't really in it for the resale piece.
Yep.
They're more in it for the content, so they'll buy it.
Yeah.
Which is great, but it's hard for somebody like we literally studied YouTube to figure out how to resell on eBay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how we got started, and that makes it really tough.
He
You know,
kind of
when-
did the same thing, and it's funny
Yep.
that Marlene brings up American Pickers because
We
when-
watch them all the time.
Yeah, that's how
But it
he.
is.
I would come home from work and he'd be in the back bedroom watching TV. I'd be like, "Hey, babe, what you doing?" He's like, "Research."
Yep.
I said, "What are you
American
watching?"
Takers, Storage Wars, YouTube.
Oh, I love
But it's-
Storage Wars.
I
Yeah.
can tell you as much bad information was on there. Without that information being there, we wouldn't be as far ahead as we are right now, because even with the bad information, making the purchases and making the mistakes, I don't care whose channel you watch, you're gonna have to make your own mistakes.
Yep.
And you're gonna have to learn. And it's definitely a crash course watching YouTube, and it will get you reselling quick, but you're still gonna have to go spend a little money and make some mistakes.
Yep.
Oh, definitely.
Best way to learn is to lose money.
Yep. And
Because
you
We
Lord
call
knows.
it education.
Yeah.
tuition.
Yeah.
Tuition, not education. Tuition.
Everybody
'cause
calls
I
it
used to-
education.
I used to sit there when I first started watching all those all the shows and other YouTubers. They would say something, and I don't know, they got.
Did you have a
original
notebook?
Pac-Man. Nope, I'd get my phone and I'd get on eBay and start looking it up, and I'm like, oh, he's full of shit. There ain't no way he can sell for that. That's how I learned the most.
I don't know how many times that we've actually been at a garage sale or an estate sale or something, and we see something, we're like, I don't know which YouTuber I saw see that, but I know I just saw that on YouTube. Grab that. We'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
And a lot of times
Yeah.
that actually, I mean, that's panned out well for us. Our odds have been better at winning doing that than losing. So there is a lot of good information out there. Even on channels that don't have a lot of great information, you're picking up nuggets that you don't think you're picking up that you're going to remember later.
I agree.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So, since you guys are somewhat new, what is the one piece of advice that you would give somebody who's just starting out? Not something to buy or anything like that, but what's the best piece of advice?
Organization.
subscribe to our channel.
Well,
Duh.
besides that, organization. Like, you have to start off from the beginning to
Yeah.
like start organizing. Otherwise, you get stuck in the rut where we were, which we still haven't fully gone through and inventoried everything, but
We're
we have
still
gotten
fighting it.
about halfway through it. I mean, we've got shelves, we've got totes, we've got all of that stuff so that it's somewhat organized and easy to pick. Because I thought in the beginning, I was like, oh, I'll stick this in there and I'll remember where it is. And nope, but I've only had 2 or 3 times that I've not been able to find something and realized that it took me 30 minutes to find it.
Yeah.
Getting organized, I would say that's a huge one. And once you're organized and you can actually find the stuff you're listing and you have somewhere to put the stuff you haven't listed, I would think capital to take advantage of the opportunities would be my next. Don't make any big investments right off the start, but once you do learn
Right.
some things and you're comfortable, having
Just
the
go for
capital
it.
to go after those opportunities is huge. I mean, we could have our biggest and best buy to date, which kind of got us going full time, was that card buy, and that was $2,800. And if we didn't have capital aside, there's no way we
Yeah.
could have done that.
There was
Yeah,
2 because
yeah.
it was that and it was our Department 56 haul that we got that
Which was also a big investment, and that was what we paid
$900
for.
bucks.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I mean, when you find a good deal, you don't want to pass it up because the money's not there. So, don't just take everything that comes back in and spend it. Like, build up kind of a capital nest egg so that you can jump on that opportunity. Because I can't imagine doing this full time without having that at this point.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
You got to have the money just in case you need it.
Yep,
Yeah.
and do your research.
And Grandma,
Don't get all excited like I did with our. Has that video
We've
released yet?
both done it. Yeah.
With my Lululemon Lululemon.
I think we-
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
Grandma, she said it right. You could be watching somebody that has a video from
Yeah.
3 years ago, and that might have been a thing then.
Yep. And
But-
amazing enough, even stuff from 3 years ago may still be relevant today. So
Yeah. Like right now with you doing Barbies, who knows? You might start seeing an increase because they're coming out with a Barbie movie.
I
So
was gonna
that's
say
what he
that.
just said. I
Yeah.
didn't even know that.
yeah.
Robert
I
told
think
us.
the Barbies and the outfits that are actually in that show are probably going to spike a little bit when that movie comes out.
Yeah. I agree.
They need to do a Bratz movie, dude. Even though they did just bring Bratz, no? They brought Monster High back.
Yeah, they're redoing the Monster High. Yep.
Yeah. Somebody wanted to trade a bunch of Monster High dolls, like the newer generation, for the older generation. Nope.
They could
Wow.
skip all that, just bring Skeletor back and just be done with it.
No.
That's right.
Isn't that the thing we have up there?
We do. We have a Grayskull castle we found up here.
Is it
Oh,
original
wow.
or is it the?
It's one of the
It's
originals.
original.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah, I know
It's a little
Ollie's
damaged,
here.
but
Ollie's is like they buy out department stores and stuff, and
Yep.
they have a lot of the repop figures here for Masters of the Universe.
No, we found
we've seen those.
that's kind of like that's the story of our death pile. We bought something cool like that along with 5 or 6 other really cool things, and they went on a shelf. We've never touched them. Like we haven't even gotten back to them yet. So every time we pull a new tote off of here to list, we're kind of we're surprised all over again. Like, did you buy this? No, I thought you did.
We do a little bit better when we go out garage sailing, because we go out garage sailing usually Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
Yep.
and sometimes Friday or Saturday mornings.
Very rarely.
But when we go, then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're at our business in town. So we'll
Yeah.
take stuff in and we'll list it. So we do get the chance of, trying to grab the stuff that we just purchased that we remembered everything about and list it that day.
Yeah,
that weekend.
depending on the haul. I mean, if we fill the car, we'll grab a box or two to
Yep.
take in. The rest
Yeah.
of the car just goes on the shelves.
Yeah. I guess probably one of my bit of advice is, and this is because I was able to kind of teach her a little bit when she got started, because,
Teach me.
well, she already had the experience because she worked in retail forever. But as
Careful,
far as
Scott.
the reselling part of it and trying to find stuff, was I told her when she saw something, if it's for $1, then make sure that in your head that you can sell it for triple the amount you buy it for. That way, if you're wrong, you're still going to break even. But if you're right and you hit a home run, you're going to make a lot more.
Yep.
So
We
that's
tried.
That's what we did with the Barbies.
Yeah, we tried really hard in the beginning to always buy at a 10x multiple, which
Yeah.
was, looking back, I'm like, okay, that's great in theory, but it's also kind of foolish because I'm going to spend $50 to make 100 if I have the opportunity, and that's 2x. So that doesn't play at scale. But when you're
Right.
first starting and you're hitting garage sales and paying that 50 cents to $1 to $5, trying to get 10 times your money, that's great.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but also be willing to adjust that to scale when you
Yep.
start getting into bigger items, because
Yeah.
if you'd spend $2 to make 20, you should be willing to spend $10 to make 20, because you're still going to make 20.
Yeah.
Right.
And we've
Yep.
done that a lot more lately, where it used to be we'd buy the cheap items, the lower price items, stuff that would sell or whatever, but now we're willing to fork out a little bit more for.
I find we've actually picked next to other pickers at garage sales and stuff, locally, and we've almost priced ourselves out of a lot of stuff they pick. You see a lot of people come in and go to those $1, $2, $3 boxes and items, and we usually go to the more expensive stuff now, and they kind of ignore them because they're so focused on those easy,
Yep.
$1, $2,
$1,
$10
$2
items.
grab that they have no investment in. And we've kind of moved ourselves to try to buy the more expensive stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'm way more likely to go to a shelf that says $100 per piece than I am to go to the shelf that says $1 a piece.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I kind of want to graduate to the little higher, like Dave's doing. He only lists things that are $15 or more.
I don't know if I
I
want
say
to go to
that
the
too.
$100 shelves yet, but
I say that too, but I can't. I try not to turn down a Barbie. I do a lot more research on Barbies. I don't just grab whatever Barbies are there. But Littlest Pet Shop,
I love little pet
those
shops.
I sell constantly. I have 400 of them sitting in the house.
Yeah.
Wow.
We just bought,
I bought a
bulk
lot that we
buy
went
of
up
them.
there, and the lady was like, they wanted $1 per
$1 a piece.
Yeah, $1 each. And Corey went over to her and he's like, "What do you want for the whole lot?" Thinking it was just the Littlest Pet Shop that we were buying. Nope, we bought everything that was bagged up on her shelf, which was Littlest Pet Shop,
I don't remember
Shopkins.
the one things were.
They're little trolls. They're
They
not
look like trolls, but they're not trolls.
but they're not yeah. And so we bought this whole box for. I don't know anything about Shopkins. I'm probably just going to list them all as a lot and say, "Here you go. Go through them yourself."
yeah, I
Littlest Pet
didn't know
Shop
what they
is-
were when I bought them either. I just bought 2 this past weekend.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I would never list, but she loves to list. But they've also been really good to us because they sell anywhere between $2 and $20 a piece.
Yeah. Yep.
And they're consistent bread and butter items. They just sell all the time. Like
I-
you're never gonna sit on Littlest Pet Shop. It will always sell.
I just
I
have to
stumbled
find a better
across
way
ours.
to organize them because I do them in bags so that when I look them all up and then I'll go back and list them all. But
Pulling
my
them is-
drawer
yeah,
to pull
pulling
them
them
is
sucks.
horrible. So I got to figure out
Yeah.
some type of storage container or something to be able to.
Yeah, when
Better
you go
ID
and there's
them.
just like 200 bags of Littlest Pet Shop figures, trying to find that one cat.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I stumbled across ours. She was out of town, and I came across this yard sale that had tons and tons of. It's Kathy time,
Yeah.
that stuff. And so I called her. I'm like, "Oh, she's got so much of this stuff. You watch Chris's videos; they do great on it." So I went back and bought them. And then as I was leaving, the lady goes, do you like toys? I'm like, yeah. She gave me a bucket like this full of little Pet Shop. She already had them in the baggies, and she had all the numbers per animal on the
See?
bag. And it's like,
that's half the
all
work.
was done.
But
That's 2/3 the work.
I do have a lot of websites bookmarked just that I know, this is where I go to look up the Littlest Pet Shop. They tell me what they are. They tell me the number. They'll tell me the year they're made if that's the case. But Barbies, all of that kind of stuff, I have websites that help me out with every bit
Nice.
of that.
Yeah.
This is a segue into the Barbies. Take it over.
Uh-oh.
I'm sending you these.
All right, Corey, take a break.
I've been on break the whole time.
I have some I haven't touched yet. I have 2 whole totes that I've identified
2?
them all. No, there's
Oh.
2 whole totes that I bought while we were in Omaha that I've identified.
2?
No, there's 2 totes of Barbies and 2 totes of accessories and clothes. But I did do, which this will be a conversation shortly too when we're done with Barbies, but I watched Inked Picker's Whatnot, and she was doing a Barbie Whatnot. So I did buy some of her Barbies that I haven't had a chance to touch yet, but yeah, I love Barbies. My sister asked me if the reason I like Barbies is because we didn't have many of them when we were growing up as kids. And I said, probably, but please don't psychoanalyze me, because maybe.
See, I never played with them when I was a kid. I was a tomboy and I was climbing trees outside. And I just, so I know nothing really about them. And
Yeah, you completely lost her when you told her about the 2 different dates and go by the head stamp and all that.
yeah.
The body stamp doesn't really matter. The body stamp will tell you where, like, roughly they were made. Like, some of them now have 2009. Most of them have 1966, 1967. But, yeah, the head stamp is awesome.
Like, I saw that, and then I went to that site, and everything was, like, in different languages, and I couldn't find the pictures.
Oh, you got to translate it.
Well, and then when I went and I saw, like, the pictures, there was only, like, 4 pictures for that year. And I'm like,
No, there's not. You got to click on that. I like that song. You got to click on it. There's like 4 pictures, and each one of those pictures is dated, and they drop into another like 300 to 400 pictures of Barbies.
You guys are coming to Cincinnati, right? To
Here
the
you
resale
go.
one? Bring an extra suitcase.
Yeah. You can have them.
I like them. They take me a bit, but I figure them out. I mean, there's some. I have a box over here of ones that I haven't. They're from our big auction that we bought online from Commonwealth Picker that I haven't identified them yet.
Yeah, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Kevin for that, because that was her entry into Barbies when we bought that charity auction that he picked up. I don't know if you've seen the video. He picked up a big tote at a local charity to him, and he auctioned it off for him and then gave him the money. So we bought that tote, and we spent way more than we thought we were going to get back out of it.
Yeah.
And partially to support the charity. We never expected to break even, let alone make money on it.
So Marlene, is it teal colored?
But we did make quite a bit of money on those Barbies, and she's been hooked ever since. So, she
Marlene,
did find
tell
your
us-
Wizard of Oz.
I
house.
just looked it up, so that's why I'm wondering if the Wizard of Oz castle is teal colored,
don't
like
ask-
bluish colored.
Don't ask Teresa a question if you don't want an answer, because she's right on Google immediately.
Yeah, she's.
Oh, that's castle called, yeah. Yeah, because if it is, I found one listed for $600.
So no, it's not worth anything, and here's my address.
Yeah, that. I shouldn't have said it. Yes, I'm one that he gets mad at me because I Google everything. It doesn't matter what it is, I Google everything. I'm curious, and it drives him nuts.
He gets mad at me because after we go to a pick, from one pick to the other, I'm in
Yeah,
the car
he said
Googling
that.
already. And he's like, "No, you're supposed to be watching for signs." I'm like, "No, I want to know how much this is."
That's why we
We
come in hot
discussed
on
that
the roof.
earlier. I seriously need I won't put bumper stickers on my car just because I like to be able to resell my car later.
They come
But
off.
yeah, FYI, Marlene, I'm pretty
Where's
sure.
that one? Pull that back. Let me see it.
Hold on.
Yeah.
If you want,
There you
hold
go.
the picture up to the camera.
Is that it, Marlene?
Does it look like that, Marlene?
That's one listed for $600. There's one listed for 200.
Uh-oh.
More worth more.
It could be a good one.
There are only 3 listed.
Yeah, they're probably pretty hard
That's
to
always
find.
a good sign.
4 listed. So yeah. But yeah, I need a big big thing on my car that says I brake for garage sales. Watch out. So, yes, that's how you get demoted to the back seat.
Yeah, so the first time was her whenever Rocky Top rode with us. And then Rocky Top, he was a bad navigator too. So I kicked him to the back seat. And then Donald was this last time. He was pretty good navigator, but he was too critical on how I drove.
Back to Marlene real
Yeah.
quick. That's worth a lot. Yep, I would sell it.
Yeah.
She has all the characters too. So
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
something
you're-
reselling. We didn't expect that about reselling either. That changes your character completely. Like, we can't have nice shit anymore because we just want to sell everything.
Yep.
No, I know. It's same here.
I see a nice fork in the silverware drawer, and I'm looking it up. Like, how much can we sell this for? I can eat on plastic.
We were at dinner the other night and she's
Tell me
flipping it
about-
over.
I go to eat somewhere and I'm like,
We did that somewhere and made me giggle because we did it and I don't think she wants to sell it. Well, that sucks.
well,
My daughter was
that's
like, we were
Marlene,
looking at it,
you
I'm
know
like,
what
that's
to
the
do with it.
that's just the cheap shit. You don't want any of that because it's just the stuff that the restaurants buy in bulk.
Yeah, I have a whole bunch of that. He picked up some silverware and it's all the soup spoons and it's
She blames it on me.
No, it
I have
isn't.
a whole box.
It's the soup spoons that you picked up that were still in the bags,
Mhm.
but
I do.
It's okay
Yeah,
because they can still sell them in bulk.
We have to thank Kevin for the Barbies, but we have to thank you guys for the silverware addiction because she started buying silverware and she's got a ton of them.
I've
I don't-
sold some.
She's barely listed any. Like 90% of the silverware we bought is on a shelf somewhere.
Yes, it's in a box.
That's the thing with silverware. It doesn't take up hardly any space.
No.
Nope. But it's heavy
Well,
as shit.
Wait
Yeah.
a minute. It does now.
It does now when you have over 1,000
In
pieces.
bulk, it does.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about a topic that we discuss quite often. Do you guys cross post or cross list? Not at all. What are your thoughts on Whatnot?
If we had a follow-
They both take a big breath.
You don't have to be careful. This is a safe space here.
yeah, no, I think
We
if
know that's a
had
hot button topic.
following, then yeah, maybe. But we don't have a following, so I'm afraid that if we go to Whatnot, there'd be like what, 2 people in the room to buy?
I'm probably
Well-
going to rub some people wrong, but I think it's.
It's for the
All right.
people who have a following.
Here goes my subscriber count from 640 to 10.
Sorry,
think-
Scott.
I think it's a cheap way out. I mean, if you want fast money, go for it. But I think you're hurting the reselling community because you're selling it so cheap just to get rid of it and make a fast dime.
Yep.
And I think it's for people who have a following.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
I think
Or
it's-
you have a connection with somebody who has a following.
Yep.
That's willing to raid your show.
Let's say
Yep.
Right. And we
to
have
me, it's the McDonald's of the reselling community.
Yes.
I mean, you could go get a hamburger, or you can eat kangaroo meat out of the drive-through, and that's what Whatnot is. You're never gonna get a decent price. I mean, there are exceptions that, like the Commonwealth auction, where he made it an event, and it was an event, but that's not sustainable either unless you're doing it for charity or something.
Yeah.
People won't bid that way forever.
Yeah.
Well,
Like
see, what I
that
think-
will wear out.
Don't get me wrong, though. I think it does have its purpose. I think it's a great way
For
of getting-
that, for what we
dead
were just
inventory.
talking, like a
Right.
charity event or
Yeah.
or something like that, I think it's amazing.
and it's a great
it
way to
could
get
be
rid of your dead
huge.
inventory too.
Yes, liquidating your old inventory.
But would you
Yeah.
go out and specifically source items
Absolutely
No.
not.
just for listing on Whatnot?
Here's
Nope.
the problem
No.
with liquidating your old inventory on there. If you have a following on there already, that's a great option. If you
Yeah.
Yeah.
don't, you have to build a following, and you don't liquidate inventory while you're building a following because
You're losing money.
nobody's buying anything.
It's just a little bit better than a online yard sale.
A lot of worse.
A lot of work.
We just did a yard sale and got rid of 400 items in an afternoon,
Yeah.
and we didn't
I mean,
have to
you
have a
can get a
following.
little bit
Yeah,
more
I'd
money
rather
on
have a
Whatnot,
yard
but
sale
yeah.
than do Whatnot.
But yeah, any day of the week. I mean, they're both a lot of work, and I certainly wouldn't diminish the amount of work that people on Whatnot are putting into it because it's like every other social media platform in the terms when they're building that audience.
Yeah.
Like they're putting a lot of effort over there.
Well, I'm not taking
Yeah.
away from anything from what people are putting into it. It's just that it's
Yeah,
just
I
not
just
my cup of
couldn't
tea.
give items away. If I know it's worth $20, I cannot sell it for 10. Like I can't unless it's
Yeah.
been around. I don't need to move it that fast. I'm not in the business of moving stuff. The whole argument was, well, I can move it fast. Well, big deal. I'm in business for profit, it's not a race.
Right. And if that's the case, then why not go ahead and list it and take the first lowball offer that comes?
And if I have to sell it for $1, it was a bad buy to begin with.
yeah,
Right.
I need to buy better.
yeah, just turn on your offers and take the first lowball because you know somebody's going to give you a lowball offer for it.
We have gotten rid of stuff on eBay before by doing 99-cent auctions. Same thing, turn it on. You might get lucky. You might not. Either
Yeah.
way, you're going to get rid of her for $1 plus calculated shipping, and I think I'd rather do that on a one-off basis than have to ship 400 pieces of $1 garbage in a night.
Yeah. Yeah, because once you have
Yeah.
that sale, if you sell a bunch, you got to get it all shipped down. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not either. And for me, I'm a little bit cynical. And if you have to pay celebrities and other people to promote, and you have to put that much affiliate dollars into getting people to say we're great, you're probably not that great.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Just in my experience, and I've got a couple of years behind me, so I think if they stop paying people to tell people how great they are, and people still say how great they are, then I'm going to be a lot
Yeah.
more intrigued.
Well,
Yeah.
what? Not even a year ago, Dave and Carrie both was ready to write them off, and then all of a sudden they're back into it.
Well, I can't. Well, they jumped into it before Kevin did his auction. Otherwise, I'd say I can't blame them because after seeing Kevin do his auction and doing as well as he did, like there was a minute I was like, dang, like, maybe Whatnot is looking good right now, but I know that's like Kevin has a very loyal audience that
Yeah, he
he's
does.
worked hard to get, and they showed up. Like they really showed up for his auction, and they did well. Not only that, but they had Cernock and Tim and Eric and Picking and Punching. Like they had half the YouTube community there
Wow.
from
Yeah.
resellers. So there was no way that auction was going to fail short of Kevin's internet going out. Like it
Which-
just wasn't going
which
to
is-
happen.
A high probability.
Yeah.
Well, they did have to switch to Uncle Steve's phone at one point.
That's funny. I know Rebel just did her onboarding tonight for Whatnot. I'm not taking anything away from it, but somebody like her that has tons and tons and tons of plush, that especially, like, I think I saw one of her videos the other day. She had something for 2 or 3 years, I think, it finally sold. But something like that for your old inventory, and if you got 6,000 plush, if you got something that's a year old, just do a plush sell.
Who has 6,000 plush?
Rebel. Yeah.
Rebel.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And if I was Rebel, like that's one of those cases where you truly have a specialty. Like we don't
Yes.
have a specialty.
No.
Like she has, that'd be like going in there as a card guy or something, but she's on the plush side. Like she has a specialty that like, if I had to ask somebody about a plush and I needed an expert on plush, Rebel's the first name that comes to mind.
Absolutely.
Like
Yeah.
I would send her a message immediately. So with her on there, I think she could build that audience, even if she didn't have the YouTube audience, pretty quickly because, I mean, she's going to go in there with plush and she could talk about, she could just pick a plush out of a pile and tell you everything about it.
Yep.
Where, you watch like, nothing against ADH Dave, but he'll pick up a plush. He'll be like, cute kitten. What do you
Right.
give me for it? But she actually knows the manufacturer of the plush. She knows the history of it. And I think that's what builds an audience.
And on top of that, she has a passion for it too. I mean, it's
Yes,
not
she
Yeah,
it's
you
not
get- and it
just I
shows.
like selling plush. It's I know all about it. I love them. They're cute.
Yep.
All about it.
Yep.
So
it,
that makes
it
a big difference.
shows.
Dude,
Yeah.
maybe I need to do a Barbie Whatnot.
I'm sorry, Teresa, but every time I look at the screen, I see that devil. It looks like he's sitting on your shoulder,
He's on both of our shoulders.
and I keep looking for the angel, and the angel's just not showing up.
Yeah.
I got one of those. Hold on.
Passion's a fancy way of saying crazy. Robert, you're probably not far off, but
No.
Rebel must already be in bed, and Robert's free to say what he wants.
Oh, April.
it definitely shines through in her videos when she's talking about plush. Like
Yeah,
she's definitely like she's very knowledgeable, and you can tell she actually, she enjoys that part of it, which is
I've seen her go through piles of plush, and I mean, it's just like, and she's done.
Yeah.
I look at plush and I'll like scoot them over in the basket. I'll be like, that's cool. And then put them back and I'm out. I'm going for hard goods.
You didn't with the Build-A-Bear How to Train Your Dragon ones.
If I see something that just looks cool, that's different, like I might grab it. But I don't know enough about plush to know what's different most of the time. The How to Train Your Dragon I'd seen on YouTube videos enough times to say, well, everybody says those are great. Well, they weren't great. We ended up having to pair them up. And they sold fast for $25.
No, they sold for 45.
45
Oh wow!
as a pair, but they were the big Build-A-Bear ones, the white and the black dragon.
Okay.
And I don't get the Squishmallow thing either because I have Squishmallow and I have yet to sell a Squishmallow.
Yeah, I don't do very well with them either.
I have a really cool one. It's like it's big, and it just takes up space.
I
Care
think-
Bears now, I
Care
can do
Bears
Care
we
Bears.
did good on.
I think Tim TM Pickers just got a bunch of them, but I don't think we've ever bought any, have we?
I think back in the day I bought one or two, but I think they're still sitting up in the loft.
I bought that one, and I bought another one, I think. And then I bought 3 of them for I think it was like 50 cents at a garage sale, and I got them home. I didn't really look at them all that great.
Robert says they're either great or awful, he says.
But I ended up putting them on our garage sale and sold them to some little girl because they each had just like one little stain on it, and I wasn't going to list them. So
And we had to sell hard to get that little girl to take all 3. I was like, all 3 for the buck. Take them all 3. And she's like, I just want one. I was, get them all.
yep, the grandma ended up picking it up and saying, yes, you can have all 3. So she took all 3 with her.
We had talked Grandma into allowing it because they weren't going to take them all for one price. But
Hit a strong armored little girl.
we did a
Yep.
little bit. Yep. She left with those.
No,
We
yeah,
didn't
but we
bring 'em
made a
home.
deal because she bought my Barbie car too that had a little bit of damage to it that I wasn't going to sell. So I stuck it in there for it was in the 50-cent thing. So gave her the deal. I think she got all the Squishmallows in the Barbie car for $2.
You'll actually see, in one of our coming up videos, it'll be a little bit, but this whole corner over here that used to be full by our doorway, that's all empty now. We got rid of 400 items at the garage sale in town. So,
Wow.
Whatever else we
wow.
didn't get rid of, we donated.
yep.
Wow.
Wow.
I was done with it.
And we got to spend 2 afternoons with the grandbaby,
grandbaby.
at the garage sale. So beat that one, not?
Exactly. Yep. You guys got anything else you want to bring up, or?
No, I think we're good. Other than you guys are going to be in St. Louis too, right? Or not St. Louis, in Cincinnati.
Yeah, but we didn't get the tickets for the cruise in time. They were already sold out. I sent a
Did you
message
put
to
your-
John.
Did
Did you put your name in for a reserve?
Yeah, I sent a
if
message to
comes
John
available?
saying if you come across any more, or some open up. So
We were told we have a private chauffeur while we're down there. So
Oh, Jimmy and Ken are going to be down
no, it wasn't
there.
Jimmy. Ken and
I said Jimmy and Ken
I
are
know,
going to be down there.
but Ken and what's her name?
Jill.
Jill are gonna said they'd take us to garage sales.
that's cool. Yeah, because we don't know the area, but we're driving up there too. So
Yeah.
We
We
thought
haven't
about
decided.
driving, but we're not 100% sure yet. It would add 4 days to our trip if we go because
Yeah.
we
Oh.
won't drive it all in one day. So
we
Yeah,
are
I think
staying in the same hotel though. We did get a room
Yeah.
in the same hotel.
Yeah. Well,
We're leaning a
only
little more
going-
towards flying just for the sake of time. If we're going to spend 3-4 days, we'd rather spend it all there than spend it all on the road.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
even
I
though
think
we
it's
discussed we
4
could
hours
garage
drive.
sale on our way over.
Yeah, it's only 3 or 4 hour drive for us, so it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we looked it up. What was
It's
it?
18 hours
Yeah.
for us.
Oh my lord.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a little
No, I
jaunt.
don't think was it?
I thought
I don't know.
18
Let me
sounds
Google it.
right. A great back on.
I think I Googled from here to you guys, and it was 18 and a half hours because when we went to
Yeah.
Kansas City, I'm like, I wonder if we can just take a detour. But yeah, that's a big detour.
Well,
Yeah,
from
South Dakota is
Kansas City-
basically like the moon is here and South Dakota's like here.
Oh,
Well, how
it's
far
a-
are you guys from Kansas City?
it's a 13-hour drive. I think it's 5.5 hours.
Yeah, that
Okay.
sounds about right.
That's not bad.
No,
Yeah,
that's
that's
not
not bad.
terrible. And I know, is it Happy and Grumpy? Are they in Kansas?
Yes, it's a 6-hour drive from here to Kansas City.
Yeah. And they got Happy and Grumpy are in Kansas, and then in Oklahoma you got Resell to Ride, and Nebraska you
Xena.
hit Inked Picker, and then us up in the Great White North. And I think there's another. I know there's at least one other reseller more north of us in North Dakota, Anthony or Tony Coins or whatever his name was. He's bought from us before.
Man, that's gonna be
He's
hard.
up in North Dakota.
North Dakota. Isn't that where the?
No, that's
It is-
that's South Dakota. That's Mount Rushmore.
Oh, okay. Yeah, look, she got it.
You
That's
guys
hard.
cannot
That's
play
like
charades
all-
together.
We got Sturgis and Mount Rushmore. Don't take one of them away. Like that's all we
Right.
got.
Everything else is just flat land.
You guys are not allowed to play charades.
Well, she got it. She should
Yeah.
have.
I love it.
All right. Well, before we wrap it up, if you guys saw our video when we drove to Kansas City the first time, we're gonna play a little keep, donate, and sell.
All right.
I'm gonna give you 3 things, and you got to keep
Is she
one.
on the list?
Oh,
It could be hard questions though, but you got to keep one, donate
So
one, you got to sell one.
okay, I
No,
get it now.
no Google. Make that a rule.
Oh no, there ain't no good. This is your opinion.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask Corey first.
No.
You
Do I
gotta,
have to answer?
no, you got to
Thank
keep
God.
one, donate one, sell one.
Okay.
Loose ball cards, Barbies, or a video camera with an unknown tape in it.
I could tell you how
I'm
he would go.
gonna sell the video camera because that's profit all day long, and I can
But the
look
unknown
past
tape
someone
has to go
else's
with it.
sins. That's all right.
Did you hear?
I don't like my customers. Like most of them, I don't like generally.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep the Barbies because at least I can get target practice with them.
Okay.
And the ball cards, I just want gone.
So you donate those.
Yep,
You want to ask Teresa?
that was easy.
But that's the same question, right? You're just gonna ask for the same ones.
Well, no, I was gonna see if you came up with something else for her.
Oh, yeah, on the spot? No.
No.
All right. Give me a couple of minutes. I'll have one for you, Teresa. I got to think of something.
Canisters, Barbies, and Corey.
Are you just gonna make up your? What am I gonna be?
Wow, you're ready to come here with canisters.
I know where I'm gonna be.
Kidding.
Let's go silverware, Oneida Silverware, Little's Pet Shop, or
She's making this way too easy.
well, no, she's got to decide. Or
Ziploc baggies.
what the hell?
Those ones.
I keep those.
We go through.
I got a
lot of
whole
those.
stack of
I
them
know
over
she
here.
no, did you think
Yeah.
she didn't have Ziploc baggies?
She just blew my mind. Then we think of a third one. You've watched enough of their videos.
Ziploc baggies. She wouldn't know what to do if she didn't have them, so she has to keep those.
Okay, Ziploc baggies.
I would sell my Littlest Pet Shop. I would keep my baggies, and I'd donate that shit silverware.
Don't answer. No. No.
Donate it this way.
I've looked it up. I know enough about them. I just haven't had the ambition to go through and create the listings. When you do yours, do you do a single listing or do you list like for this set and say this is what is it called? A variations. Here's the spoons, the
No.
forks, the knives for this set.
All in one listing. I told her not to do variations.
No, I usually do like all spoons, like 4 spoons, 4 forks, 4.
Okay. So you don't
yeah.
necessarily do them individually. Like you do
Right.
them as sets,
Yes.
not
Right.
Small sets.
individual
Right.
forks.
Or she'll do
You
a
have-
place.
Or
Okay.
I'll do a place setting. Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's not a bad idea.
And then if they come in a case, I'll sell the case separately.
See, I
Maybe
looked up
in
the
the
one
box?
case that we have, and I'm pretty sure that the whole entire thing goes for about anywhere from $200 to $400.
Yeah.
complete.
Check it out though, because
Like,
if you sell them individually, you might make more money.
that's why
And then
we
you
were thinking
also
on that
save on
Halo thing
shipping.
too.
It's a lot easier to ship.
A lot easier to ship.
Oh, I know. I've sold a couple,
Yeah.
but
I get a 8x6x4 box, and I cut about 1 inch out of the middle of it and shrink it down so it's only about 1 inch or 2 tall.
Yep.
And then it saves on shipping too.
And
Well,
you also
we are
get more
currently
listings because you're
we're
doing
currently
quantity.
poor on box cutters. We had one and it's broken, so we are
I
waiting
ordered
on a box
some.
cutter. So another pro tip: get enough shipping supplies of box cutters so you don't have.
I did. I didn't have issues with it. You broke it.
You can tell she's not super passionate about silverware because Littlest Pet Shop do not sit and wait to be listed. They just magically get listed. The silverware.
Once you
tend to
get
sit on
into
the shelf.
silverware, though, I mean, she'll list 2 or 3 things. She's like, all right, can I go back to silverware now? I mean, she's
Yeah, because I
into it.
try to. I
See,
do,
I'm that way with Barbies and Brats.
Yeah, I think it just depends on what you kind of gravitate towards, what you like.
Yeah.
Oh, I could sit and do silverware all day long, but then the huge pile behind my chair that I can't move my chair now. Literally.
She got mad at me because I was listening to games and the comic books. She goes, that's little stuff. Grab some of this big stuff behind me. I'm like, it's all going to get listed.
Yeah, but
That's
I
what I've been
can't
doing.
move
That's why-
my chair.
That's why it was like 2 weeks ago. I finally just said, "That's it. That's enough in the house." I just started hauling stuff out. Like I'm done having eBay in the house. And if she wants to bring in like a small tote bag or something to work on while she's watching TV, that's fine. But the next morning, it's leaving either by her or the garbage truck. I don't want eBay in the house anymore.
We got a wagon that she brings stuff that needs to be cleaned up, and then she texts the next morning what needs to be cleaned down.
Wagon's a
Yeah.
good idea. We
Yeah,
could,
well,
we
and
could
that's
have
A
what-
like
wagon does me
trolley.
no good because I got to go up steps and up steps.
Well, yeah, but only you got to get 2 steps to steps.
A wagon is perfect because it'll make great videos.
And you know what stinks is we
And
don't
I can
have-
ride in the wagon.
No, our daughter, so she probably is going to be mad at me for saying this, but our daughter, our oldest daughter, is like 5'4", 5'3", and weighs not very much. And so,
She's like this big around.
yeah, she's that big around. So she had her daughter, and we went to the zoo, and she breastfeeds, so she rides in the wagon while she's breastfeeding my granddaughter and going through the zoo.
And she looks like a little kid in the wagon.
She
Like,
did.
she's tiny, so
Aw.
it
That's
works
funny.
out.
You.
She's gonna be mad.
That's a piece of a topic we can ask you that just recently happened with your eBay store. I'm assuming you guys have a store, right? You're
Yeah.
not just doing the personal one.
Yep.
What level of your store are you on? Have you had to upgrade to the higher tier yet?
Whatever the tier is where you get 10,000 listings.
That's what we just
So
upgraded
we just had to upgrade to.
because we got charged a fee.
Oh,
Ooh.
We didn't realize it, and I posted something and didn't. I don't usually pay attention to that bottom because we don't do auctions, so I didn't.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, I had one come up, and it said 25-cent insertion fee.
Yeah, we just passed. I mean, I think we're getting close to 1,900 listings.
well, you also got to look because some categories they automatically charge you
Yeah.
on listing fees.
Yep.
So you
I
got
think we hit-
the category.
I think we hit almost 1,900, and I think we had enough in 1 month that we were listing really heavy in because we've switched. We were trying to do 10 listings a day. Now we're trying to do at least 10 listings a day, but also at least $500 in listings
Yeah.
because our goal is to sell $500 a day on average. And the only way that's going to happen is if we're listing $500 a day on average. So
And that's what's killing us right now. Where, I mean, eBay is still not where it used to be, and we're listing
No.
so much compared to us selling 3 maybe a day, but we're listing 15, 20 a day. And
Dude, yesterday was amazing. Like
Yeah.
we didn't sell a lot like high dollar amount stuff, but we do our haul videos on Monday. And so we get up Monday morning, package everything up from the weekend, ship it out. And we had it all shipped out, and we had 2 more orders that came in that I wasn't packaging, but by this morning I had 14 orders just
Wow.
from last night
I
to
think-
today.
That's
our haul
awesome.
videos that you guys see on Mondays is about 10% of what we sell. I mean, generally that's about where it averages. It's about 10% because when we do a haul video that releases on a Monday, it's usually half of what sold that weekend because we take whatever sold Monday and we split it in half usually.
Okay.
Unless it's more than 30, and then we split it another, in third. But generally, we split it in about half. So we're doing 2 videos every Monday. So it's about 10% of what we sell through the week.
Yep.
And
Some
we
days
don't
it's one or
have-
two items.
I think we're really fortunate in that we didn't resell through COVID and stuff like that. We don't have that reference of the big high.
Yeah.
It sucked when we got in, so it's pretty good.
Yeah, we I started tracking it a few months before we moved up here. And so the month before, the month during the move, and the month after was terrible when we was up here.
Oh,
I think in the month of April, the month of April when we moved up here, I think we only sold $200.
Yeah, our 30-day average is down probably 20%. Like I did notice that. Like it has gone down, but I think part of that is also when we're listing right now, we're doing a lot more listing where we're not listing all categories. We're listing like a whole day of golf clubs or a whole day of Barbies. And I do think that jams your store up a little bit.
I think when you
your
list
other
one
listings
category,
suffer.
I think when you list one category, it gets attention of that category, and then the next day it changes it. So I don't know. It's weird.
I think we'll average out if we keep doing that, and list $500 a day worth of inventory in different categories every day. Eventually eBay is going to straighten out, and we do promote pretty heavily. So
really,
yeah, I think we have promote at whatever they recommend with a cap at 10%.
Okay.
So.
But for us, that's not a huge deal because we used to run an
minor.
online business and we paid 10 to 15%.
I mean, that was basically our job for the last 6 years was running Google Ads, which is part of what that promotion money goes to.
Right.
If you go Google one of the products on your store, you'll see it show up in the product listing ads if you're promoting high enough. And that's part of what that money goes to. And to get up there for 10% across, to average, that's inexpensive. If go start a Shopify store and try to advertise your products on Google listings and show up in the first 4 boxes for 10%.
Yeah, that's true.
You're not gonna do it.
That's true. Makes perfect good sense.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
All right. Well, we've been. Corey was worried about talking more than 15 minutes.
I know.
We're about an hour and a half or so.
Over an hour and a half.
He can talk and talk and talk, but can I plug it? If you really want to read something funny, so what we did during COVID was we moved here right before COVID happened, so to our acreage, and every day or every few days he would write a blog post on Facebook. So if you get a chance, go out.
I didn't know where you were going with that.
Go out and look up Life of a Midwest Redneck.
No, it isn't.
What is it?
I love the title.
It so isn't. Hold on.
That's funny. Is that on his page or he created a different page for it?
Oh, no, it's called The Pandemic Life. Go back. I found it. It's called The Pandemic Life of a Midwesterner.
There is a book on Amazon. I did publish it.
You have to request to join the group because it was like a group that he would post on. And there is a book on Amazon just minus the photos. So if you get a chance, go out and read it. It's hilarious.
You're gonna have more subscribers on there than you are your page here.
All right, the
Maybe.
Pandemic Life.
It was pretty good.
I'm used to that. I am much better on paper than I am in person, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
All right, the Pandemic Life of a what?
Midwesterner.
Midwest.
It's funny because I can probably relate to it when I read it because I lived in Kansas City for 10 and a half years. So
Ours is most of it is farm related and
Not really farm related, more like non-farmers who moved on to an acreage related.
Yes.
It's comical more than anything.
the picture, but you have to do it and you have to go all the way back to the beginning and start at the beginning and go up. I have between 300 and 500 unlisted.
wow.
That's insane.
Just hit publish and get it done with.
He said unlisted.
Unlisted.
List them.
I guess since you wrote the book and stuff, I gotta ask: do you own a pair of Velcro gloves?
Velcro gloves? No, I
Velcro.
do not. Are you talking sheep Velcro? I
Yeah.
got
Nope. Nope. I don't know what. Nope.
Where's
still
my
doesn't get it.
glasses? I need my glasses.
She still doesn't get it. I have to explain off the camera.
You don't want it on the camera because it's bad.
All right.
Well, I
Well, we
think
could
I
we
have
could
a
probably
clue,
go
but-
on and on and on, but we're about an hour and 40 minutes. So
All right, guys. Well, it's been fun. I'm glad we got
It
to
has
do our.
been.
Oh,
Our
yeah.
first live
we'll have to
stream
do
with
another
you
one or
guys.
something next
Yeah.
time, maybe on your all's channel.
Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah.
Sure.
We appreciate it, guys, and we'll have more questions next time.
All right, have
Perfect.
a good night. We're gonna go get a dipped ice cream cone from Dairy
I was
Queen
saying
now.
you're gonna go get.
Blizzard.
That does sound good.
That does.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Hasta la
See you guys
vista.
later.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Bye.